All right, guys, kaboom. What is the truth about oral steroids? Guys, the truth of oral steroids is this: punchline and sinker. Oral anabolic steroids are not worth touching. They're nowhere near as good as injectable. If you are going to take testosterone and or anabolic steroids, and I'm forgetting health for a second, okay? We'll talk about testosterone replacement, HGH replacement, and steroids as it pertains to replacement at a different time. But forgetting health for just a second, in terms of oral steroids, the truth of the matter, the punchline, guys, don't touch them. They're not worth it. They're just not worth it. Now I'm going to lay out for you why, and I'm going to tell you guys what you're not going to hear online, what you're not going to hear on YouTube, what you're going to be hard pressed to find on the internet, guys. So pay attention. Oral anabolic steroids. They're hyped up. You know, people compare this, that, the next thing. And here's the truth. You can get crazy, amazing results with oral steroids. I live in the United States, and I've had doctor prescriptions for things like Anavar, Dianabol, right from the pharmacy, okay? And so legality aside, I'm going to tell you guys, you don't want to use it. Not for testosterone and or androgen replacement, and also for performance enhancement. Again, forgetting health for a second. The reason you don't want to use it is this: injectable steroids are going to be more effective if you use them correctly at the correct dosages. I'll get into what that means in a second. And the second thing is the risks, the sides, and the strain on your system is not ultimately worth it. Oral steroids are a short-term thing. They're short-term, okay? And that's, guys, this is coming from somebody who has used, you know, I can't even tell you how many, you know, pharmaceutical grade oral steroids. Again, you know, the doctors are no longer licensed, who I got these scripts from, and, you know, I wonder why. But the thing is that you cannot, and we're talking long-term, short-term oral anabolic steroids, especially things like Anadrol, Anavar, other compounds also. I'm trying to think about Winstrol. You know, these compounds work and they're powerful and they get desired effects. But the thing is that these are short-term. Why? We're talking about things like liver and enzyme strain. These can be two different things. Maybe I'll have to make a whole video on that. But the bottom line is that oral anabolic steroids, they stress your system. And specifically when we're talking about metabolic resistance going through the stomach, small intestine, going past the liver, these things add up over time. So short term, maybe there is benefit, but if you're talking about most effective long term, for that particular reason, I would not touch anything but injectable testosterone and or anabolic steroids for performance enhancement. And I'm just going to tell you guys this, is that I don't recommend anybody use anything besides testosterone and HGH replacement to the very peak of the levels, okay? For health, for safety, okay? Regardless, no matter what country you live in, there's a lot of countries watching me where you can walk in and you can grab whatever you want over the counter, okay? Steroids are illegal in a lot of countries, but just because you can get your hands on it doesn't mean it's right. You know, here in the US, cigarettes kill 50,000 Americans. About 50,000 Americans every single year from cigarettes and smoking, and guess what? It's legal. But it's not, you know, the government makes tax money on it, so we'll leave that at that. So here's the punchline of this video. I've kind of made this too long as it is, guys. And to answer your question, I'll post this comment here up on the screen for a second. But to answer your question regarding oral steroids and fiber, it doesn't matter. If you're going to use oral steroids from whatever clinic, if you live in the U.S., or, you know, if you're going to use them, you're outside of the U.S., whatever, the safest way, and you can confirm with your doctor, if you're going to do it, I don't recommend it, but if you're going to do that short term, or if you're going to use oral steroids Forget about the fiber thing, my man. That's garbage in the first place. But if you're going to use oral steroids, the best and safest way, again, check with your doctor before you do anything. But the best way that I have found, again, I've had prescriptions from the pharmacy, Anavar and Dianabol in the U.S., where I currently live. What you're going to want to do is get a blender bottle, get a shaker bottle. You're going to fill it up about 12 to 14 ounces of water. You're going to throw your tablet in there, shake, 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 shake real good until it's fully, dissolved, or the compound should mix, even though there's particles that might not, but mix it up as good as you can, shake, 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 pound it down. That is the absolute best way to take oral anabolic steroids to minimize liver strain. There's nothing better than that. But like I said, is that it's stressful on the digestive tract, it's stressful on the stomach, the liver, the enzymes, the gallbladder, depending on which one you're taking. I just don't see oral steroids as effective long term. They're just not going to be effective for not only maximum size, strength, and performance gain. Again, we're excluding health right now, but it's not going to be effective in terms of as if somebody was taking, and don't do this, I'm just being blunt and honest with you guys, okay? It's not going to be as effective as taking, say 5,000 milligrams of pure testosterone cypionate per week, or combining, or even, okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. So do they work? Are they potent? Yes. Are they not suitable long-term for long-term growth and gains? No, they're not, absolutely, because they're going to impair your digestive system, your digestive tract, and you're going to have sides from that, okay? Your digestive system, if your digestive system is strained, your liver, your the gallbladder, which is going to release these digestive enzymes and bile, if your digestive system is strained and taxed, you're not going to be able to get maximum benefit. I have various places I could go and I could get prescription Anavar again. California is terrible, by the way. A lot of doctors, you can fly out to California. This is just a side note, guys. This is a bonus cookie for you. You can hop on a plane and fly out to California, and you can just go to some different doctors. And the thing is, in California, it's so crazy liberal and Democrat, and I don't care what you do, what you vote for who you want. That's your right. I don't care. But it's so crazy liberal and Democrat in California. You can go to doctors until you find a doctor. There's plenty of doctors in California that'll write you prescriptions for testosterone and other things without even testing your testosterone or hormone levels. I mean, Californians nuts, okay? And if you live there, you know what I'm talking about, depending on what part. So I'm not encouraging people to do that, by the way. I'm just saying that's for another video. We'll give some crazy stories. But guys, that's pretty much it. Short term can be effective. Long term, I wouldn't recommend it, not only for safety, but just effectiveness overall. And guys, do everything safely, legally, under doctor supervision, and take care of your body. Regardless of legality, take care of your body. God only gave you one. So, and when I talk about testosterone and HGH replacement, either with synthetic or peptides, I recommend you bring your total testosterone level up between 1,000 and 1,500. Why? Because it doesn't make sense to replace to anything but a peak 18-year-old range. Why should you replace to 25 or 30? You want to replace back to 18. A normal, healthy 18-year-old male is going to put out if you're an 18-year-old male, good genetics, eating correctly, sleeping, you should be at 1,200. Okay. So let's go back to puberty. Let's not replace anything less. And for HGH, I've said this before, but you're going to be hitting about 300 to maybe 350-ish, 300 to maybe high 300s IGF-1 nanograms per milliliter. If you're in the US, that's the measurement we use, because that's the only effective way to measure HGH level. Guys, that's Spartan. Stay safe, stay healthy. That's plenty of information for you. And guess what? Keep the questions coming. We're out of here. Kaboom.